Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Yes, it is JoyToy Mecha time. It is Sunday, the 3rd of September 2023, and looking at this Sorrow Expeditionary Forces Tyrant Mecha 02. 01 I have reviewed previously, which is pretty cool. I'll put a link in the top right of the screen now for you. As you can see, this is one big box, and it's a big mecha. The 01 had metal alloy frame, which is fantastic. Judging by the weight of this probably does too. On the side, we get a look at the figure and mech. Does look nice. Back, we can see a lot more details and pictures. Looks very, very cool indeed. I am looking forward to this. Unfortunately, I can't compare to the 01 mecha because that is underneath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 16 boxes. And I'm too old and lazy to go digging it out and making a mess of my living room, which will upset the wife. But we will nonetheless continue and see what this is like. If you like sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right of the screen now. Get to see everything as soon as it's uploaded before it's published on YouTube. No need to wait around 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months plus, and also there are other benefits too. And you can quit any time in the first 7 days, and it will not charge you anything. So it is worth checking out. Okay, I'll be back in an instant with this guy set up. Okay, here it is. He is a big, heavy metal framed boy. You can see the alloy metal arms there. So accessories, he comes with this rather nice gun, which does have a drilled barrel, which looks like it may be extended. This handle's a bit loose here. You can pop out the magazine, and it shows the bullet there. He also has 4 extra magazines, which you can take out on his sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I put in earlier. He comes with this huge weapon, which you can do lots of things with, such as change its change how it looks like and whatnot, and get different sort of configurations of things. It comes like that in the actual box. It could be a sword, it could be a halberd or something else. You get the pilot. He comes with right trigger and left holding, and also alternate hands for left trigger, right holding. He comes with this small sort of machine gun here, which does look pretty cool, I have to say, but there's no paint apps. I'm going to dry brush that with a silver. Pilot itself is pretty cool. I like the sort of flowing scarf, but I'm not sure how it's going to impede him sitting in the cockpit. He does look pretty good. Nice sculpt. It is not a helmeted head, it's just a helmet, so unfortunately you take it off, he loses his head as well. He also has a side arm, which I've not taken out yet, or have I? Yes I have, sorry, taking your lie. Little sidearm pistol there. Holds his main gun quite well, as you can see, but no drilled barrel. He does look pretty nice. This will match nicely with our other Sorrow Expeditionary Forces, like the Firepower Man, the Eliminator, and whatever else there was. I think there's been 3 releases so far, 2 white and 1 black. Was it 3 white and 1 black? So excluding the other Tyrant mecha, so that's pretty cool. Very, very nice. Mecha itself, in fact, rather than me moving the mecha, I move the camera. Does look pretty cool, but it's the same JoyToy thing. Lots of parts that actually, I'll say bolt on, attach to the main frame. So you can actually strip this almost to a Terminator-esque looking shell or mecha if you wanted, by taking all the forearm pads off, knee pads off, knee stuff off, etc. Which is quite nice. The downside is things do pop off when you're sort of moving it around and having a little play. So if I turn it around and get a look at the back as well, this red piece on the back comes separate. You have to attach that. This piece just there, but it does look pretty cool. I love the nozzle. Notice that nice sort of nozzles on this sort of backpack jetpack there as well. So let's get an idea of some of the features and articulation. We'll look at the pilot first, go through his articulation. Get this light slightly better over here. Okay. Is that too light? Is that better? Okay, so we'll do it now. Left and right, small up and down, not really side to side. Shoulders, all the way outwards. The shoulder armor sort of gets in the way, so it doesn't quite get flat. Bicep bend is 90 degrees. Hands are on a joint, so if you find the joint part, you can articulate it that way and turn. So you have to hold the joint and turn the hand around the peg. You want to articulate a different direction. Trunk and waist, forwards is alright, backwards is okay. Sideways is pretty damn good, to be fair. This side has got the sort of grenades getting in the way, but otherwise it's pretty good. And you can turn. Hips, good on the side without the holster because the gun gets in the way. Forwards is alright, not great. Backwards is pretty good. So thigh turn, there's a double kneecap, quite ugly kneecaps. But it gets very tight on that, which is fantastic. There's no, is that a boot turn? There's a boot turn of sorts, and there's a boot swivel, which is fantastic. Gets a small tippy toe, well actually pretty good tippy toe, take that back. Decent dorsiflexation, and he has the JoyToy. He looks like, yeah, he's the JoyToy toe articulation, but so stiff that I can't move that leg or this one. He does have articulated toes, but unless I boil them first or cut along the paint lines, they're not going to move there, but you can see the articulation there. Pretty damn good. And again, that sort of flying scarf looks cool. Turn this off. Okay, the big boy. So many things to see in this. So backwards, the nozzles do articulate around, but not much else. And you can turn them, they'll pop off if you do. If I turn him round the other way, oh, he is so heavy. So these sort of grenade launchers or whatever at the top, they turn side to side, and you can pivot them as well. Head, there's nothing that moves on that really. The little thing doesn't do either. This is the cockpit we'll look at in a second. Shoulders will go all the way around, but watch out for these getting in the way, and the nozzles on the jetpack. Thrusters to the side, not quite 90 degrees because the shoulder pad, God, that's so stiff. Shoulder pads get in the way. There is a shoulder roll. His armor stuff is coming off his forearms. So his right arm is, there you go, and left arm are rolled forwards and backwards. That's really nice. That means he can hold on to weapons particularly well. He should have a double elbow joint. Wow, I can't get that tight. Look at that. That is amazing. Super tight bend on the bicep, so he can get really good articulation for holding his gun. I'll try and get some back in again. Wrist is a ball, so all directions. The fingers are articulated. 3 fingers have one, is it one joint or 2 joints? 2 joints, and the thumb has 2 joints, one of which is a ball joint. Pretty good. Waist can turn. Forwards, backwards would be by the hips, so that doesn't really count. Can he side to side? No. Hips. If you take off the armor, he'd probably get a full splits, but they go quite far. Forwards, again, if you take off the armor pieces, would be a full splits. Backwards is pretty much a full splits. It's nice that most of these things can come off, so you can get like almost a bare naked mech. There is a thigh twist. It's a double kneecap, but it's not much, you know, it's nowhere near 90 degrees. You may have to do it another way perhaps to get more. Foot, there's no turn. He does have a rear swivel and a front swivel. Gets a tippy toe and not much of a dorsiflexation. So it's not bad. Cockpit, there's a little catch at the top you need to unlatch. So if we take the camera up, there's a little catch here. Once that one is up, there we go. We'll have access to the cockpit. The cockpit is pretty nice because you can open the back and the front. So if I open the front first, we get a look inside. It's nice. I love the seat colouring, the 2-tone. Controls come down, put your figure in nice and easily. There's a few details in there. There could be a lot more. But what's really nice, if I turn it around, is the back can come down completely. Not only that, the actual chair can come down flat as well. So you could almost put a figure in this way, I guess. And then you could bend the chair up. I don't think that would work though, but it looks nice. There is a little handlebar we can see there. This little black one. I don't see one on the other side. Is it missing one? It might be missing one on the other side. There could be two handles. I just might be missing one. It appears that I'm missing one. And this comes up. So I would say that I am missing one of the handles from inside. I definitely haven't got that. So I'll be contacting JoyToy about that. So I believe there should be two. And then you can just close it up again. Boop. The same way. It must all come down and together. And then you can clip on there. And that's all closed again. It's a nice mech. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this, attempt to put the pilot inside, and I'll come back and see what it's like. So I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. Alright, I've had about a 5-minute play trying to put him in, and he's tough. I haven't got it to close properly, and see more bits are popping off, but there he is to put back on again. So I'm a bit disappointed, and this is not the first time JoyToy's done it where it's really hard to get a pilot to fit in. Now there is a small gap up there, but his head doesn't really fit with that hat on, or that helmet on. So you can get him to fit nicely, I guess, if you take more time, but lacking that hip articulation to come forwards more makes it difficult. Maybe if I bend his legs a little bit, he might fit in a bit more. So if I sort of pull him out again, if I get these to bend a little bit, he might get actually more in. I should say that he does have a boot turn as well. So let's get this one to bend a bit more, see if he'll fit in more now. Because generally what happens is his feet, the door pushes against his feet, and then that might do it, you know. And then he goes upwards. Like already that's pushing him up, and then this is going to go against his head. So it's just a shame. Now don't get me wrong, it is a nice mecha. If you've got a slightly thinner or better articulated figure with not such a limited range of hip motion, they will fit in. Or even a smaller one like a Star Wars Vintage Collection or unarmored one would fit much easier. It is a nice mech. I do like it. I do love the metal frame, but I don't like the whole bolt-on thing. I understand the reasons why. You know, it makes it easier to make new mechs, just print off new plastic parts to stick on. But for me, I'd much rather being one piece and only a couple of things that can come on and come off. Decent, but you know, is it on my recommendation list? Yeah, I would say no, though it is a cool mech. Okay, let's have a quick comparison. Stick it over here. And I've got here, and I'll make it into a bit taller, the Acid Rain World Scorpion Laurel. I'll make his legs taller now. Look a bit funny like this. There we go. And you can see that it is far more bulky and armoured. In a fight, you put your money on this one most of the time, depending on the terrain. Obviously rocky mountainous terrain, you want to maybe put him in this, it would climb a lot easier and whatnot. But two nice mechs, but my money is, I think, is better spent on this one than this one for the time being, though both aren't particularly cool. I guess it depends on the style that you like. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I'm signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe. Check out the Patreon if you have time or the inclination to do so. Link in video description below. And I'll see you next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.